In this video, I will describe how the local French supporters and volunteers that we met along the way made this Paris-Brest-Paris a truly remarkable and memorable experience. For many randonneers, riding a brevet is a solo and often lonely activity. It is not unusual for us in Western Canada to ride for more than 100 kilometers without any interaction with the general public. Often, our interactions are limited to brief conversations with gas station attendants who are primarily concerned about our mental health when we tell them what we are doing.
255 hikers from all over the world. Good luck, gentlemen. Good luck and see you.
So, to be enthusiastically encouraged by so many supporters in Rambouillet in the days leading up to the event and throughout the length of the Paris-Brest-Paris was a completely new and refreshing encounter.
Thank you.
Our first memorable interaction with the French community was a local couple, Dilou and Jacques, who came out to support us at the checkpoint in Tantaniac on both the outward and inbound legs of the Paris-Brest-Paris.
Thanks.
Okay, it's okay.
Oh, I'm very dirty, don't.
Okay, go.
Oh,
How you doing?
I hope you enjoy them.
Yeah, I
That's
do.
all.
Thank you.
Awesome, man.
The tracking is out.
Hey?
I don't, on the tracking it's out.
Oh,
Yes.
there's a new one.
Go to the control. Go.
There's one, I posted another one. Oh, yeah, because my phone's dead. My
It's before,
battery.
Before Fougère.
Yeah,
It's out.
the battery. Sorry.
Go to the control again.
Thank you.
We had met them a year earlier during our reconnaissance of the route and have kept in touch since then. They have a deep connection with the Paris-Brest-Paris, with Dilou's late father having participated in at least 3 Paris-Brest-Paris events in the past. They still have his original bicycle, which is a hand-built randonneering Routons frame dated from the early 1970s, complete with 21mm Michelin tires and GP4 Mavic rims. They own a guest house in Kubriac, just outside of Tantaniac, called Chambre à la Campagne, which literally is translated to a room in the countryside. They had previously hosted riders who had participated in the Paris-Brest-Paris when the route passed close to their doorstep. However, the route changes this year appear to discourage riders from staying with them during the event. Jacques too had volunteered in previous events of the Paris-Brest-Paris. Fortunately for us, they were not obligated this year and could meet Jermaine and I in Tantaniac at all hours of the night, providing support and encouragement in our darkest moments. Seeing their friendly and familiar faces and snacking on the energy-rich home-baked cake and chocolate that they brought to the checkpoint in Villaine was a great morale boost. Dilou, Jacques, and Dilou's late father represent the multi-generational relationship between the French community and the Paris-Brest-Paris. In Fougère, I encountered a component of the Paris-Brest-Paris volunteer support that I had never previously required in the past. On the way back from Brest, I developed severe lower back pain, which made riding near impossible. I was on the verge of quitting when I finally rolled into Fougère, where I was informed I may be able to get some medical attention. At the checkpoint, I had a quick shower and quickly sought out the medical services of Pierre Chanel, who is a doctor of osteopathy. By gently manipulating my iliac bones, he realigned my sacroiliac joints, and with that, my back pain miraculously improved. He declined payment, which I was well prepared to make, as without his help, I probably wouldn't get much further along the route. and with that I was able to sit and pedal for the first time in almost 300 kilometers since leaving Brest. I didn't have to ride much further before I met a very special family. This family camped out at the base of a long wooded climb, illuminated by a huge billboard that depicted the husband Benjamin with the event number N076 in a judo suit on a bicycle. With my limited French, I understood that he had suffered an injury to the right elbow during a judo competition and was not able to participate in the 2023 Paris-Brest-Paris. But rather than abandon the event, he and his family were there to support the riders. They provided the light to allow me to strip off one of my base layers to enable me to climb the hill a bit more efficiently in the stifling heat of the early evening. All that I have of that moment is this photograph, as I was too exhausted to ask their names or to take a video of the scene. Much later, I eventually rolled into the town of Villaine-la-Juelle. This town was rocking with throngs of cheering supporters lining the route to the control. There was an intense carnival atmosphere with people hanging out in roadside restaurants celebrating the moment.
Hello.
But the real inspiration was meeting one of the Paris-Brest-Paris volunteers, Aurélie Brault, and her happy helpers. We met Aurélie Brault a few days earlier while doing a reconnaissance of the checkpoints with our support team, Nancy and Robert House of Saskatoon. At that visit, she gave us a tour of the facilities at the checkpoint and explained the close relationship between the school, St. Nicholas, and the Paris-Brest-Paris. She explained that the school children were strongly inspired by the Paris-Brest-Paris and the opportunity to host weary randonneers at their school. To celebrate the event, they had created a theme called Cyclists from Around the World, and they had created murals depicting the 71 countries from which the cyclist would visit. She explained that this theme was maintained throughout the year leading up to the event, and that the children's participation and performances in similar projects was best in the Paris-Brest-Paris year.
The table.
Oh.
The small children.
Yes. Oh, so they're making those.
Do you want a picture?
Yes, no.
But seeing the children actively involved at the checkpoints as chaperones, carrying food trays for exhausted randonneers, and leading us to and from sleep facilities at all hours of the morning was the most impressive aspect. These children were mature beyond their years and super professional in their conduct. The facilities at Villaine-la-Juelle were excellent, and the entire operation was a well-oiled machine. This was definitely the most impressive checkpoint facility of the entire Paris-Brest-Paris. But the beauty of this checkpoint was the involvement of the community, and especially the school children, in all aspects of support for the randonneers of the Paris-Brest-Paris. I wish the school and the community in Villaine many happy years of successful collaboration and enjoyment with the Paris-Brest-Paris. My final memorable interaction with the French public took place in the little town of Senonches, approximately midway between the checkpoints of Montagnier-au-Pêche and Dreux. The local cycling club, Cyclo Senonches, manned a refreshment station near the entrance to the town. After the mounting heat, I was grateful to rest in the shade of a few magnificent oak trees and have my water bottles refilled by the friendly supporters. I also had the opportunity to gobble down some freshly baked homemade cookies to sustain me for the final 80 kilometers of the Paris-Brest-Paris. However, I was not at my full mental capacity at this point and departed from the rest point without my water bottles. I had probably ridden about 5 kilometers along the route when I saw a vehicle pull up beside me and flash its emergency lights. Then a very friendly gentleman climbed out of the vehicle and returned my water bottles.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much.
Canada.
Thank you
Hello,
so much.
Canada.
Thank you very much. Oh, merci. Merci. Thank you. Oh, merci. Thank you very much.
I was extremely grateful, as I don't think I would have got much further along the route without this rehydration. This act of kindness goes a long way to show how the French public will go out of their way to assist participants in the Paris-Brest-Paris. I hope their representatives at the Paris-Brest-Paris, one of whom is called Danielle, had a safe and successful journey. Please visit their website that is linked in the video description to show your support for their selfless contribution to the 2023 Paris-Brest-Paris. I had many other memorable interactions with the French public during the Paris-Brest-Paris that I was not able to capture, either due to the spontaneous nature of the kindness or the rapidity with which it occurred. I fully appreciate the supporters and event marshals who filled our water bottles in the intense heat from garden hoses and from faucets in the local graveyard, respectively. Thank you to the concerned citizens who checked on my well-being when I stopped to rest due to heat exhaustion at a busy intersection. My gratitude to the volunteers who manned the coffee stations late into the night to warm up many hypothermic randonneers, refusing payment for the services offered. Thank you to the volunteers who managed the toilet and washing facilities at the various checkpoints. Your patience, dedication, and sacrifice is sincerely appreciated. It is safe to say that the support from the French community makes this event so truly remarkable and unique. Please let me know what your experiences at the Paris-Brest-Paris were like, either by sending me an email at the email address listed in the description or by completing the SurveyMonkey questionnaire listed in the video description. A special thanks to all of you who have sent me emails to date and have completed the questionnaire in the video description. Remember to like and subscribe, and until the next time we meet, please ride safely.